Hello, welcome to my YouTube channel. Today we're doing reading on happiness, how to achieve it, what's blocking you, what needs to be done in order to feel better. I've been called to do this reading for a while now because sometimes you're living your life, you're going to work, you're building your relationship, and something just doesn't feel right. It feels like happiness is somewhere ahead, in the future. But really, happiness is all about now. And if you don't feel joy at the moment, in the present, if you don't feel joy at work or at home or just in your everyday life, no matter what you're doing, it means that something could be a little bit off. So today, I want to make a reading about that to maybe give you some clarity and some understanding of why you might have that feeling of everything is not just quite right yet. Because I personally really don't like that feeling, that situation, when everything is fine, everything should be good. You, for some reason, just don't feel quite there yet. So please pick an option 1, 2, or 3, and I will channel your energy and make this reading happen. We'll start with option number 1. At first, I'm going to look at your energy at the moment. So, what your current state is. And if this resonates, it means this is your pile. If not, please try another piles or just skip this reading if it doesn't resonate. Something fell out. So this card just jumped out of the deck. Pile number 1. Your energy feels really cold and in control right now. It feels like you're holding on to the world, like your grip is really strong. I sense a lot of, I want to say, stress, a lot of rigid energy, like you're holding the world by its neck and you're not willing to let go. Either you have a very responsible job or you're just in charge of many things, many processes in life. But you cannot relax, it feels like. Let's see what else you've got. Knight of Wands. And 2 of Swords. It feels to me, pile number 1, that you have a lot of situations that need to be resolved. So you've got questions that need to be answered and choices that need to be made. And you're either lacking time or you're lacking mental resources, mental capacity to deal with it right now. So the energies here, I feel, are quite overwhelmed. Busy, 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 pile number one. Also, I am sensing here that despite you, if you have a relationship in your life, like romantic or not, it kind of feels like you're alone in this. So I don't feel a lot of support here from your partner. Even say we have Queen of Swords here and we have Knight of Wands. So the Knight is below the Queen. And if you are the feminine here and your partner is more of a masculine, you might be feeling like they are not keeping up with you, like they are not as mature or giving you as much support as you would really like to. So at this life situation where you're at, it doesn't feel like they've got your back 100%, and it not necessarily doesn't mean it's their fault. It's just how their energies, how their level of maturity feels now. If this resonates, then this pile is for you, this option. Keep watching. Now we'll look at the root of your problem, root of your unhappiness. Ace of Cups upside down. So you pile number one. I am sensing here blocked your emotions. Like there is a block on your emotions. And this block is okay, let's look. Let's first look at the other cards. World upside down, just reversed. Four of Wands. Yes, it feels to me like you're not letting yourself feel quite everything. You just think, let's deal with it later. Let me be upset about this later. Or let me be sad about this later. Or I feel a little bit down about this, but it doesn't matter. So you specifically trying to filter your emotions in order, I guess, to be more productive and in order to be more appealing to others. So you believe that, possibly you believe that in order for people to like you or to communicate, to form like a really good productive relationship with you, you need to bottle those feelings. This sensation, this, feeling of being upset and not show it to others. Let's see why this is happening. So for that, this could be to do with something that happened in the past where you either were told that this is the way to be, or you showed your emotions and someone left, or they've if they didn't leave, they've told you off. They said like, look, you being like this is not okay, I'm not happy with it, and if you will act like this, I will either stop talking to you, stop working with you. I feel like this happened in childhood, but like late childhood, early teenage years. So I'd say like 8 to 12. Possibly there was a situation where you, if it didn't happen to you personally, you saw it. You saw like somebody expressing their emotions and people did not react well at that, and you've decided that that's the way to be. Let's look at what needs to be transformed. So this is something that needs to be shifted in order for you to be able to embrace the happiness, to achieve happiness better. Tower. Okay. Look, Queen of Swords again. I've shuffled the deck really well. You've bottled up a lot of emotions here, pile number one, and hear this as a warning. Everything that we ever feel, all emotions that we have, they don't disappear. They just being hidden inside your soul, inside your mind, and inside your body. And one day, things are going to snap. And for you, you need to unleash those emotions. Of course, therapy is always a good way to do this. If not therapy, then maybe long walks in nature with really trying to process your feelings. Because here I have a slight sense that you might not be aware of the things that are upsetting you or making you down, because you're because you're so used to draw your attention elsewhere, just not looking there. So when you will try, when you put your awareness towards those things, it might be unpleasant. But when you start to release those feelings, those things that making you stressed, when you start to release your emotions, you immediately will feel better. And you also need pile number one to slow down. That's what I'm sensing from this. There are a lot of things in your life that are just minor inconveniences, little things that maybe you're doing emotional labor for someone else, or you're creating a long to-do list, or you're helping others a lot where they could have managed on their own, maybe. So Eight of Wands is a card of repetitive activities that happening at the same time. For example, it's often is like messaging online, for example, yeah. And this card falls for you in reverse, which just means that you need to filter out the noise of the world a little bit in order to focus on yourself. You're a little bit of an ice queen, pile number one, and melting that is going to really make big changes in your life, but you need to make space for those changes. Let's look at what your next step should be. Seven of Cups. The Sun. And Ten of Pentacles. Beautiful cards. Pile number one. Seven of Cups. Not only card of illusions, but also a card of many options. And here I can see that partly you need to remember what you wanted to do in childhood. I sense here that in your childhood there were some maybe silly things, maybe fun things that inspired you, and you've forgotten a little bit about that. Maybe it's art, maybe it's some kind of other hobby, maybe you always wanted to travel. So your next step would be to remember about other things in your life that bring you joy. What really, really brings you joy? And focus on that. And also, we've got Ten of Pentacles here that comes out in reverse. This will be true for some, but if you're spending too much time indoors in your house, managing the household, for example, or again, doing emotional labor for other members of your family, maybe it's time to delegate those things to those people. They can manage, really. You're not just your house, and you're not just your family, and you're not just your work. You're you. So the sun, it always represents ego in positive way as well. So that's everything that you like about yourself, all your strong features, all your talents, all your creative talents. And Seven of Cups is a beautiful emotional card with many, many opportunities. And those cards, they come up upright. And card Ten of Pentacles, card of family, card of prosperity, comes reversed. So maybe it's time to focus on yourself. Sorry about that light. Maybe it's time to focus on yourself, not everyone else. And the last, we'll look at the outcome. If you're going to go through this process, and if you're going to follow this reading, what will be the outcome? Like the nearest outcome. New opportunities, potential to do new things. What things? Ace of Wands, strength, Hierophant. So beautiful perspectives will be opening for you, pile number one. You will finally have the resource and the capacity and the strength to do things you really wanted to do for a long time. I can sense here some sort of projects you've been dreaming about before. Also, the Hierophant suggests that it could be your higher calling. Maybe you want to be a tarot reader or a psychologist or a coach or a teacher. and there was something that you really wanted to teach others to do, but you just didn't have space for it. So doing this work, it will give you strength, give you the sparkle, the desire to act on these things that you really wanting to act upon. Thank you, pile number one. Let me know in the comments if this resonates at all with your life. Cheers. Welcome, pile number two. I've changed the setting a little bit because shaky camera was annoying me. And now we can start your reading. So first I'm going to look what your current state is, your current energy. This is in order to see if this is your reading. So if this resonates, then keep watching. Look at your current state. Lovers in reverse. Let's see what else is there. 10 of Pentacles in reverse and 10 of Cups. Okay, so I can sense here that the personal life is important for you at the moment. Like, that is the area that causes you, I wouldn't say problems, but causes you the most grief. Is that something is not happening in your life, in your personal life mostly, the way you would like to. It feels to me like you're not being chosen, pile number two, and that you really, really want this real good quality, in-depth relationship. And this relationship where you're honest with each other, the relationship where there's trust, there's no being deceiving or being dishonest. So you really want like really good, mature, deep emotional connection. If this is not about relationship, it's possible here that you feel a little bit lost about where you're at in life. So lovers, they are card of love, card of love triangles, but mostly meaning of lovers is picking yourself. When you pick what's best for yourself, when you pick what you're really worth, when you pick what serves you, that's lovers. And here for you, lovers fall upside down. So I sense this kind of struggle here at pile number two. It's like people don't see your worth, and there's so much you can give. You have such big emotional capacity. You have capacity for compassion, for understanding. You're not a judgmental person. You're just you really have high levels of empathy. But somehow it feels like you're not being picked for it. It seems quite hurtful, pile number two. Like the energies I'm feeling. Honestly, oh, I never thought I'm gonna cry at my tarot videos, but wow. Okay, let's go next. If this resonates, cards, Now the deck is falling out. Okay, so if that resonates, pile number 2, this is your reading. Now we're going to look what is the root of your unhappiness. Seven of Wands. Page of Cups. World. We are going to do this. Just in case. Sorry about that. Pile number 2. The root of your unhappiness, or the root of the cause of this situation that you're at, is to do with boundaries. And I sense here that you'll have some sort of fragile wall around you. I'm trying to think how to explain this. It's like you're not letting fun, you're not letting the energies of fun, fun and joy in, but you're not doing it because you just don't want to. You're doing it because of some sort of pain. Let me draw a couple more cards for this. Hopefully you can see why. Why 7 of Wands? It's possible here, pile number 2, that you've been hurt in the past. I can see that you are healing from the connection that happened in the past, and that connection was not what you needed, was not something that suited you very well. And it's possible that in that connection you had to put some boundaries in place which you didn't want to do, but you had to. And that connection, there's a lot of emotions there, and that connection was very joyful, probably at the start. It brought you lots of joy, lots of fun, and emotions were overflowing there. But then something didn't go right for you. So there was this pattern of like opening up is dangerous, or it feels good at the start, but later there will be a problem. Let's look what needs to be transformed. This is to do with what mindset, what habit, or what internal dynamic must shift in order for your happiness to become possible. And I'm not saying your happiness is impossible. Hopefully you understand. What I mean is, how can we resolve this in order to feel happy, in order to feel fulfilled, in order to manifest our dreams right now. Look at that. I've shuffled the deck really well. I had a similar situation at pile number 1. So I am being called to reverse that. That only would make sense. So pile number 1, number 2. I have a feeling like a person, like somebody from pile number 1 is watching pile number 2 again, because they have several things they would like to look. Let me know if that's the case. But yeah, pile number 2. You need to pick yourself. In order for us to be present at the relationship, and in order, it doesn't matter if it's a work relationship or it's a relationship, romantic one, in order to be present in this relationship, we need to be enjoying our own company. We need to look after our own interests. We need to enjoy being both alone and not alone. So fill your life with joy. Fill your life with love to yourself. Take yourself on a date. Take yourself to the movies. Have a massage. Treat yourself. And do it just for your own pure enjoyment. Not for someone else watching. Not for a story in Instagram. Not prepping for a date. Going out. Just do it for you. I can also see here that what needs to be transformed is how you approach, how you communicate with other people. Possibly some degree of uncertainty makes it more fun. So it's okay to spend some time with this person and never see them again, or it's okay to not know what you want with this specific person at the start. I feel like you need a little bit of that kind of playfulness, that kind of, I don't want to say careless, but that kind of good careless. Nothing in life is certain, nothing is promised. Even if you're working with someone, or you're friends with someone, or you're dating someone, it doesn't mean that they will be in your life in a year, in 5 years, in 10 years. Sometimes it's bad, and sometimes it's good, and sometimes it's just how life is. And if you let that uncertainty sit with you and become okay with it, it possibly will be easier for you to approach a relationship from a different angle, and it will make other people feel different about you. Because if you're too in your face strict with people, if, say, on the first date you say, I would like to get married in a year and have a baby in 2 years. Well, for example, I'm not saying you're doing this. It can push some people off, whether even if you say that after a few months after you met them, it will be heard differently. I hope you understand pile number 2, what I'm trying to say here. Let's look at what your next step should be. Wheel of Fortune, Hanged Man, and Eight of Swords in reverse. Pile number 2. You need to realize that a lot of your fears, a lot of your insecurities, and a lot of things that you are spending your time worrying about are your own personal projections. I know it might not be easy to hear or not that easy to manifest, but here you need to take time. So, Hangman is a card of stillness. You need to take some time to shift your perspectives. The Wheel of Fortune is also telling about shifting perspectives. So Wheel of Fortune is a card of opposites. So your next step needs to be the opposite of what you've been doing until now. So if you were trying to find friends or date or approach people, maybe you're a creative person and you're trying to launch some kind of project or something, then you need to stop, take this pause by Hangman and work on your fears and anxieties. If you were not doing anything, so if you felt a little bit isolated and if you felt like just staying at home and not showing anyone else what you've got, your creative product, or you didn't want to go out, you didn't want to spend any time with people in real life, then it's what you need to do. So Wheel of Fortune is telling us to do pretty much basically the opposite of what you've been doing. That will be your next step. Wheel of Fortune is also a card of karma, which suggests that this lesson in your life is really important for you, and it's really worth sitting down with this question you've got and analyzing how you got here and how you could potentially address this situation in your life that occurred. This will be very beneficial for you later. This is one of your big lessons in your life. And let's look at the outcome. Ten of Swords in reverse. Gonna rise like a phoenix. Column number 2. Here, pile number 2, you might realize that your surroundings doesn't serve you anymore, and that could be a new new stage of your life, where you will be moving towards something that you enjoy more, whether that would be a new job, whether it would be a new group of friends. But after sitting with this lesson, you will come to the realization that how life was before, it doesn't suit you anymore. Let's see, where does that lead you? We have 5 of Cups in reverse and Ace of Cups in reverse. So I can see that your situation is really to do with people in your life. And these cards really just confirm what I said before, that you will get rid of the sadness. So 5 of Cups upright position means that kind of emotional crisis, that really, really strong sense of sadness that I actually felt at the beginning of your reading. And as it comes in reverse, it means that you will, in fact, get rid of this feeling. You will feel better. But Five of Cups, always, it's a card of release. So we release that sadness, we release those tears, we release those emotions. And releasing the emotions, it means live through the emotions, embody those emotions. You can't make emotions go away without feeling them, without addressing them. So it seems to me like I don't want to say it will get worse before it gets better, but you will enjoy letting these feelings go. You will enjoy letting these tears go. There can be tears here, but the tears are cleansing, because after that, you got new new page of your life opening. You've got new perspectives. You've got what people. I'm just want to look one more question. How will you feel about your surroundings? Hold. Cards are falling out. Chariot. There you go. I wanted to draw a good card for you, pile number 2. And there it is. The Chariot. You will really quickly, after this stage of your life, you will be really quickly transformed, moved into more exciting, into more powerful stage of your life, period of your time, where you will feel much more inspired, much more driven, much more appreciated by other people, and finally you will feel like you're surrounded by people who value you. You will feel huge difference from how you were treated before to how you will be treated later. Yeah, okay. Thank you, pile number 2. Let me know in comments if this resonated with you. And we will be moving to pile number 3. This rock. Welcome to your reading, pile number 3. First, I'm going to look at your current state, what your energy you're in, and how you're feeling now beneath the surface. If this first part of the reading resonates with you, it means this is your reading. Keep watching. If not, consider picking another rock or skipping this video. A card fell out of the deck. 6 of Pentacles. Six of Pentacles, 6 of Swords. And High Priestess. Reversed. Pile number 3. I feel like in your current state, in your current energies, there is a moment of uncertainty, and there is a feeling of you're not quite sure where your life is leading you at the moment. You possibly could have lost your job or you're considering changing your work, but you're not quite sure what to do. It's like you have something to offer to the world, but you don't know how. You have this gift, but you don't know whom to give this to. I also feel like there is something hidden from you. I don't know how, why exactly these words come to me, but there's something you wish to know, but you don't. But yeah, overall, I don't want to say you don't know where you're going to, but similar similar energies to that, like you're at the crossroads, and this feels like more life in general or career. Because if pile number two was about personal relationship, this is more general, like life in general. If this resonates, let's look at what, what is in the root of your unhappiness. Upside down, oh, reversed justice. What something unfair happened to you? You literally could have lost your job, or your some kind of opportunity you really wanted just slipped away. So this question is about where this state comes from, your old patterns, emotional wounds, or hidden beliefs that hold you back. If I didn't ask this question this way, I would say that you purely lack qualifications, or possibly lack some kind of permissions. Like, say you would want to work in another country, but you need a work visa, something like that. But if we're talking about the root of your unhappiness from the perspective of the patterns, you think it's all difficult. Like, do you have those beliefs like the competition is too high, the knowledge I need, I don't have, the connections are the things that are most important in this life, and so on. So you feel like it's so difficult to compete, so difficult to put yourself out there, so difficult that you might as well not even want to do it. Like, what's the point? And of course, if you don't do it, you will never find out, right? Let's look at what needs to be transformed. You also might be feeling like, in order to do what you want to do, you need to know too much more things that you don't know. Like, it will take years to learn, or this knowledge is not available, you have to pay a lot of money for that. It's not necessarily the truth. Okay. What needs to be transformed? What needs to be shifted in order for you, in order for the things become possible that you want to achieve? Or happiness in general. What needs to be shifted? What needs to be transformed? Page of Swords. You, pile number 3, are very smart. You're a very intelligent person. And no, everyone else is not more special, more bright, or more genius than you are. That's what needs to be transformed, your perception of yourself, your real capacity to manifest things in life, whether it's your goals or your ideas or your worldview or your art, whatever that you want to share with the world, or whatever things you want to do, you can do them. Pile number 3. That's what you need to understand. You've got a Knight of Pentacles here. The Knight of Pentacles is the slowest knight in the deck. So don't rush. If something doesn't work out from the start, it doesn't mean that you're doing something wrong. It just means that these kind of processes take time. You got the Emperor in reverse here. And one of the qualities of an emperor is that he resides on his throne by right. So emperor is someone who got the throne because he's qualified, he's worthy, he's done everything to achieve that, and he's at his place where he deserves to be. You've got this card in reverse, which suggests to me that you don't feel like it's the case for you, or even for others. So here's the thing. You totally can become an emperor. And all the thoughts, all the feelings that maybe no, or people become emperors, yeah, only because of connections or because they've been in the industry for many, many years, that's a false belief that you have that needs to be transformed in order for you to become more effective. Let's look. Let's look what your next step needs to be. It's something that you can do right now to begin changing your state. What's the direction you can go to? What's your next step? Fell out of the deck on its own. Upside down Hermit. Let's look. I think this has happened at all 3 piles. I've shuffled the deck and I've pick the card that happened at the beginning, at the current state, what your next step should be. So, your next step is about collaboration with other people. You need to approach other people from the point of view of what value you bring and what value they bring you. So it needs to be fair exchange. Maybe hire a coach or a consultant or teacher in whatever area you need. Also, option number 3, I can see here that you actually already have a lot of knowledge. You already, you're a hermit, yeah? So you need to share your knowledge to bring people joy. You don't have to be an expert. You don't have to be really good. You just need to start. You can start with anything. You can start with very little steps. I am sure that whatever you do, whatever you're interested in, there are a lot of people there who would really enjoy hearing what you've got to say. They really enjoy your content if you put any content out. You can just say, like, look, this is my hobby, or I am new to this, or I'm a student of this, but this is what I have to say. And you will be surprised that people will find that valuable. Let's look at the outcome. I don't know if this resonates, pile number 3. But I do feel like there is need of self-expression here. And I feel like it's possible that it's a close pick for me. Your option as well. It's like making these videos, just sit down and do it. That's what I'm doing. Just sitting down, sharing my knowledge with you. I hope you find this useful. At least a little bit. What will be the outcome if you start taking those steps? The outcome. Two of Cups. Reversed Four of Swords. King of Swords. So, Two of Cups, traditionally, is a card of love, right? But also, in the original meaning, it's not only love, it's also productive relationship. So it could be a business partner, it could be your friend, it could be just people in general that you're really enjoying hanging out with. You're enjoying each other's company, and you're enjoying work with them if it's about work. Four of Swords in reverse means that you will be full of energy, you will be excited about your day. It could be that the situation you're in making you feel like nothing's going on, making you feel stuck or tired or bored even. So that will disappear. And King of Swords is a really good card regarding this question. It means that you will grow confidence confidence in your knowledge. Forgot the word. In your competence. There you go. So, confidence and competence, which will make you feel really at good place mentally, and that's what you need for feeling happier. You need to feel more grounded in what you do. You need to feel certain that your competence is something that other people need. So you've got something. You've got something to show. You've got something that other people feel like it's valuable. There you go. Thank you, pile number 3. I hope you enjoyed your video. If you feel like sharing, tell me in comments what was it about, which situation you're in, or what would you like to do in the world that you're not doing. Thank you, and see you in the next videos.